let's just get to it. We're gonna make sure the stream is starting, just because, there we go. Looks like the stream is good to go, and I don't need to be on this page. Let's go to PixelPets, and I will refresh the page because last time it did help quite a bit to be refreshed. Got my coffee, got my raisin bread for breakfast, and we're gonna get started. Hello, everybody. Chloe Lewis here, founder of the Marma Foundation, going live yet again Thursday, November 4th, for some PixelPets fun. PixelPets is a game created by the Pixel Dapps team on the Near blockchain, and it's pretty fun. So all these pets here are NFTs, technically. You can get eggs, you can hatch them. I guess I'll hatch one of my eggs. Why not? You could also sell your pets on the market. It takes about 4 hours to hatch a common egg, 12 hours, I think, for a rare egg, 24 hours for an epic egg, and then it takes 2 days for a legendary egg. Although I don't have any legendary eggs, and yeah, they're only available in the pre-sale. They're quite expensive, a few hundred near. Yeah, you could take your pets, you can start selling them for whatever price you'd like. There's a little marketplace. You can go kind of see, so if you have a pet that is power level 90, 95 or above, they sell for around 250 pixel tokens. So it's pretty cool, in my opinion. I have quite a few that are power level 90 or above. To be honest, most of the ones that I use most often are. We're going to get started with my typical routine using Ammophila and Cheetahs, and then we use one of our weakest. I'm not going to use my exact weakest because I actually don't care much about leveling up some of these lower ones. I just use them for fun from time to time. That gobbler will usually die in one hit. That gobbler is like a just for fun pet. It was given to anyone who had a bunch of pixel frames in a different game that the Pixel Dapps team made, and also given to anyone with a legendary pet. So because I have a legendary pet, I got this gobbler. It's very, very weak. It looks legendary, but it's not. So like this gold border is usually for legendary. It's just covered in actual gold. And the higher level you make this gobbler in this game, PixelPets, you'll get a different item or a special thing in the next game that the Pixel Dapps team creates called Crypto Heroes. That's pretty cool. So the majority of these weaker pets, I actually don't really care too much about leveling. This Spore though, power level 100, I bought it yesterday, if I recall correctly, for 250 pixel tokens on the market. And I do actually want to level that one up. It has relatively good attack and speed, higher on the defense side. I generally think that defense is the most important. I actually might, no, I thought I was going to lose there for a second. I think defense is the most, or one of the most important attributes in this game. And so I thought, well, power level 100 will get stronger as it levels up. Also, with really, like this card, I think is a bit better because its speed is low, so it gets extra stats on the damage category, which I think is more valuable than having higher speed. I can't remember what speed's for. If you check the wiki, this purple button here, you'll be able to see what you'll be able to see. I'm just opening my this stream on my phone so I can just make sure everything looks good. It does look pretty good. So yeah, if you go to this wiki page here, this purple button on the left hand side, you'll be able to read more about the game. They're still working on the wiki, and so I'll wait until they're actually done the wiki, and then I'll probably spend one of these streams just kind of diving into the wiki in a lot more detail. So in general, why I like this strategy of using my two of my stronger pets and then one weaker pet is that my strong pets are generally stronger than the majority of pets in the game, so they can kind of handle themselves like 2 against 3, but you still need that third pet because in this game it's kind of confusing to explain in words, but as you can see, if I have 3, I attack 3 times in a row and they attack twice. So you actually end up attacking more often when you have more pets alive. So it is important to have a third pet alive in some way. Um, and so that's why we use a third weaker pet. Using all three strong pets would kind of be overkill, and I would face a stronger team. But it looks like I'm having a little bit of a tough time. Honestly though, my Amophila has pretty terrible defense. So it has HP of 1415, not bad, but defense of 321 for being level 67 and epic of power level 97. So pretty bad defense. Defense is lowest stat. The Marchant defense is its highest stat. So I've been training it and leveling it up because I feel as though very soon, like once it gets level 30, 35, 40, it'll be really strong. Um, but yeah, we're going to keep going with this team. We are going to, sorry, I'm just keeping my ledger from going to its screensaver because I'm probably going to have to use my ledger soon to refill my fight balance. And I'll get another egg. Awesome. I'll have to pay 0.25 near for that. Not as awesome, especially because eggs have gotten a little bit less valuable in this game. Oh, that's why we're doing so terribly. I should have realized that. Anyways, it's okay. So usually Shadaz isn't the one that dies next. But whenever one of the strong ones dies, I just bring out the next one, so Machirion, and then I just keep going from the bottom, bringing out some of my stronger pets. So again, we have a Bloatin with pretty high damage and armor, but they're the same. And then speed and magic are the same. We also have Tephra. I like the Tephra quite a bit. Again, damage and armor are the same. So the Bloatin and the Tephra are pretty much the exact same thing. So I do like both of them. I'm probably going to train one of them. Maybe I'll train the weaker one. Why not? 16 pixel tokens. It costs quite a bit, but you can only train one pet at a time, and it takes quite a bit to train, like in terms of time. So if we go to training, we'll see that it takes 9 hours. So pretty much I won't be able to use this pet all day. Let's bring out the Tephra though, and hopefully the Amophila dies again pretty easily. So hopefully it'll stay alive for a little while, but we'll see. Yeah, not bad. Also, because my rank is so high, I'm getting less experience, or like my levels are so high, I'm getting less experience per battle. So if you watch this next part, you'll see that, I got like 20 experience per battle. It used to be 50 per battle no matter what. I do think this update is better, that you get less experience per battle when you're much stronger than the opponent. But the issue still is that it takes a really long time to level up some of my pets these days. So now we're going to refill the balance because we have used all of our fight points. It is going to, you're not going to be able to see this page. I don't know why it does that though. Let me see if I can, actually I'm not going to refresh the page to be a pain in my butt. But whenever I go from full screen to sign a transaction, OBS doesn't like actually displaying this wallet page. If I unfull screen first, then did it, you'd be able to see it. But you'll see this part where it says waiting for a transaction. Once confirmed, please click the authorization button below. You should be able to see that. Yeah, and then I authorize, and then now I will have a fight. There you go, fight points added. You also received an egg. Thank you. So if you go to my pet eggs, you'll see I have 4 eggs again. Usually whenever I hatch pets these days, I just sell them. If you look at my selling amount at the bottom, you'll see I have quite a few selling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I killed the spore. I was going to show today. I won't be able to show it in this video. I was going to show what the merging looked like again. Where is my spore? My injured one. There it is. It'll take an hour to come back. So maybe tomorrow, if I remember, I will try and show what it looks like. Maybe I'll stop selling the spore so that I actually remember and it shows up in my wallet. So spore is pretty weak. As you can see, it has same stats across damage, speed, and what's it called? Magic, but it does have higher defense by a little bit. And so, I mean, this one's really weak because it's power level of 859, but I do think it'll be all right, you know. And for some reason, this one like it seems like this the magic is even lower and the speed and attack stay a bit higher. So we'll see. Okay, let's go back out of selling. Let's put my Machirion and Amaphila back in, and I'm gonna get no. Let's stick with the Tef. See. I get impatient pretty quickly, and um, I usually sometimes I'll skip ahead and start fighting with my stronger pets, but might as well just let the Tefra do its thing. It will probably die much sooner than the other two because its HP is almost half. Um, but we like one super effective hit and it pretty much should. Yeah, there you go. No reason to rush. Two more battles and the Tefra died. Okay, so again, this level 59 one, I don't really care about leveling. These lower ones. This Gabip, I level sometimes. It's level 9, obviously, so I do use it. Um, this Nymphe, level 20, I merged it from common to rare just to test it out, and its power level is only 68, so pretty useless. Um, I can, I'll show this again because it's always kind of weird to me to see this. Um, so I have this Nymphe, power level 100, um, pretty weak, but it's there, whatever. I have another Nymphe that I could use to merge, right? If I merge these two Nymphe together, I will get training level 3, just like here, level 30, just like here, power level 76, so much lower, and it's much weaker than my power level 100 rare, which is totally fine, I guess. Um, it's just kind of funny because the fact that it's weaker makes me obviously not want to merge. Makes this secondary pet Nymphe relatively useless, just sitting in my. It's like wasting a spot in my inventory of pets. Um, and it would be so hard to find another epic Nymphe to make this epic Nymphe stronger, right? Epic eggs cost 2,100 pixel tokens. I'd have to randomly get a Nymphe, and then my power level would only increase by 1 to 3 probably if it was under power level 76. So the merging system needs a little bit of work for like everything above common, but for common pets, the merging system is great in my opinion and works very well. It's pretty efficient to use. Okay, well, let's use the Nymphe. Might as well keep leveling up the stronger one. Oh, tired. I've been so tired these days. This is how I get though. When it's really warm out, I usually barely sleep. So like in the summers, I'll be up till like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and I'll wake up at like 6, 7, 8. You know, like 3, 4 hours of sleep. I'll be perfectly fine. I'll be wide awake, ready to take on the day. But in the winters, like when it starts getting cold and gray, I mean, I'll sleep 9 hours a night and I'll wake up just groggy and tired for the rest of the day. So it's pretty interesting. I'm definitely meant to be an island gal. I do miss the islands quite a bit, the pace of life and everything else. But it is what it is. Currently in Pennsylvania doing our thing, which has been pretty interesting the past couple of months. So there you go. Nymphe's dead, to be expected. Nymphe is quite weak. Might as well use the Minita. Again, I'm kind of just going through these pets that I don't really think are very strong, but I have them. Might as well use them. There you go. Minita's already dead. Like that was... I think Machirion just leveled up, so good job, Machirion. Thanks for the level. I heard that at level 80 you can evolve again. So level 40 is your first evolution. So if you remember me playing with Git in the past, um, now I have the Goet instead of the Git, so it did level up there. Um, Also, I'm hoping to level up. So the Straya is getting close, level 39. I need around like 730 more experience points. Let me just make sure it's actually up to date. There you go. Hypalis is taking quite a while. Hypalis dies pretty quickly for some reason, which you think it wouldn't. Its armor isn't terrible, but I think its magic is too high, and that does not make it stay alive as easily. Last Pit is probably one of my favorites. I'll probably start leveling that up in a second. I do usually let my Tizzy get some run in, mainly because, again, Tizzy not that strong. Magic is way too high for it to stay alive. But defense is its second highest stat, so not it stays alive for good enough. Um, I probably need to train it a bit more, get it to train level 3, 4, and then it'll probably stay alive even more. Because again, part of the battle, remember, is to, first of all, gain experience for my stronger pets. So as long as Tizzy can survive, that means that I can keep playing, keep gaining experience for the Materion and Amophila, which is great. Also, I'm trying to go up the leaderboard rank. So you can see I'm almost 1,000 points higher than anyone else on the leaderboard. Awesome. Every time we win, we move a little bit up the ranks. Also, for the Clash ladder, I would arguably like to be first. It would be kind of cool to be first in both. So the more wins we can have, it helps with the Clash ladder as well. So I still use the pets that have a high defense and high stats, high power level, just because the stronger they get, the more I'll be able to play, the more I can go up the global ladder and the weekly Clash ladder. This one's usually kind of tough though. Okay, we're fine. That team though is pretty strong, and I'm glad my Tizzy's dead because if I faced that team a few more times, they'd probably end up killing my Amophila. Now I bring up the last pit. Now I'm hoping we get a few good matches out of this. It's been like I've been trying to level up this last pit for like weeks now, and it's been taking quite a while. Luckily, the opponent's attacks were weak against it. Body type of fire usually does pretty good because it's only weak against water and sand. And there's not many that have an attack type of sand. Of course, Amophila has an attack type of sand. But there used to be so many water type attacks. Like everyone used to use FIPO and stuff. It was hard to level. Now, though, you don't see very many opponents using pets that have attack type of water. So that works out pretty well. Like here, none of these have attack type of water, so it stays alive pretty easily. And again, even on the team Woody's faced, no one had an attack type of sand either. So even if we slow this down, again, no one, same team, but no one has an attack type of water or sand. A lot of pets have attack types of like Onyx, Psychic, and stuff like that. So those attacks end up hurting usually quite a bit. So if we slow the game down, you can see a lot more of what's going on. Super effective. Ooh, and it missed. Thank you. That would have hurt quite a bit actually from that Materion. So again, weak because it was grass against fire. Onyx against, I don't know what that was, but we'll probably kill it there, and then we'll switch out. We get to attack multiple times in a row. Oh, that would have hurt. Oh no. We're going to attack again though. It's not going to kill it, but we're going to attack again, which is nice and super effective. So that's the really big difference in this game of when you have like 3 pets still alive against 1. That is also why, I think that fight showed very clearly why the defense trait is so useful. If my last pit died there, I have to wait hours before it can come back and fight. Instead, it just survived, and so I'm able to keep going, right? So we're going to put the speed back up because it just takes way too long. Ooh, yeah, see, even though my pet's HP goes really close to 0, being able to attack multiple times in a row, having a good enough defense helps a lot. So my Amophila and my Maturion are trained to training level 7, which makes them quite strong. I'm definitely going to start trying to train some of my stronger pets a lot more. So like as you just saw, I was training some of my weaker ones. I like doing that so that they can survive longer, so that they can kind of start reaching some of the levels of my other pets. That was a close one on my Amophila. Because obviously I don't want to just have like 3 super strong pets and then have like a bunch that are like 30 or 40 levels behind them, which is what I currently have. So right now I'm trying to at least get a bunch of pets to level 40. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, see, it worked out. I thought that my Amophila was gonna die, but I got lucky. But yeah, so we're getting close. I think Last Pit just leveled up. Yep, so great job, Last Pit. We're at 37. We're getting there. We have a long ways to go. There's a big difference between 37 and 40. As if you're getting like, for example, 20 experience per win, then it takes like 40 battles to level up. And so you could imagine I'd have to use just my Last Pit for like 150 wins, just to level up my Last Pit alone. So it takes quite a while to go from 37 to 40, but 150 wins isn't that insane if I'm able to play like 100 fights in one sitting, which is kind of the way things go usually, unless I'm getting like unlucky. So usually I'm not using my Maturion with my Amophila. I'm using my Maturion with my Chidaz, which is actually a much stronger combination. But this has a higher attack damage, but again, as I said, defense is a much more useful trait. So 416 on defense is more useful than 415 on offense, because my Chidaz and my Maturion have a really hard time dying. In the next, I don't know how long I've been live. I can check in a second, but I would assume that in one of these battles coming up soon, my Amophila will die, because I'll get unlucky. But maybe not. Maybe I'll get great luck and we'll just keep playing for another, like, again, I usually don't, like these days, because I've been doing this for so long, and I generally can play. Oh, there you go. Last Pit died. So, jinxing myself. Last Pit being dead. Usually next I'll bring out the Hypolis. Hypolis dies quickly. Like, I'm hoping we get at least 10 matches, 5 matches, but for some reason it just cannot. Okay, there's one. Let's count. I'm curious. So there's one. If we get over 5, I'll be pretty content. If we get over 10, I'll be happy. That would be about 10 matches would be around maybe 200, 300 experience, which would be great. I definitely want to see the Hypolis as it evolves. I think it evolves. Some of the pets don't evolve, don't have an evolution yet, like Amophila doesn't. Fipo, for example, starter pets don't evolve. No, it's already dead. Oh gosh, so it lasted 3 matches. Hypolis is dead. Interesting though, because Last Pit has quite a bit more defense. So even though its power level is much higher, that's probably what's making it so much stronger. But Hypolis, as you saw, higher attack, higher magic, not very useful. But because it has a bit lower defense, it died so much quicker. And let's check the HP, 993, had more health than Last Pit, but Last Pit went for like maybe 20 to 30, maybe 40 matches, and Hypolis died within 3. So you could tell just by 30 points difference in defense how much of a difference it makes in the actual game. So here we're going to see a huge difference. The defense here on Straya is super low. It dies very, very quickly. High attack, high speed, high magic. It's even a rare pet, right? So there you go. We one hit everything, so that looks great, fine. But again, if an opponent actually gets to hit us, the Strya will die in about 2 hits usually. Um, so that luckily it was weak against us, and when they missed the next hit, which is where speed does become important, right? So if you have high speed and the opponent misses against you or anything else, that's helpful. And I've also been training my Strya. It's obviously training level 4, which has been helping it to stay alive as well. But I'm hoping again to level it up to level 40. Hopefully, it has an evolution, and hopefully, that gives us a little bit more defense so it can try and stay alive a bit better. But we shall see. Jeez. Missing my mouth. Do. Oh, 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 oh. Ah! That was crazy. That was crazy. That was wild. So Ammophila died like I thought it would first. But my Maturion against their Maturion, first of all, I hit them. Great, fine. They missed against me. I missed against them. Okay, that was that was funny. So we actually probably won't survive much longer. Um, I'll use the Goet just because it's here, and I'll use the FIPO because it's what's there. Um, yeah, Goet has okay defense, so it doesn't die too quickly. Um, but the only thing that's going to keep this team alive is the Machirion. The Goet can't really kill anything on its own. It has an attack type of Psychic, so it's strong against Onyx and Ghost. There's not very many body types of Ghost in the game. So pretty much Goet is only useful if it's fighting against an Onyx creature, which, because again, magic is what increases your super effective damage. And so it's really high magic, but because its attack type is Psychic, it's actually not that helpful. So for example, it's super strong against Machirions. So I do face quite a bit of those, so fine. But Machirions have an attack type of Psychic, which is strong against Ghost. So Goet is super strong against Machirions, but Machirions have a super high attack damage and are going to hit my Goet super effective and kill it almost immediately. So Goet, in my opinion, relatively useless. I don't know. It's epic. It's above power level 80. It looks cute. I keep it around. Fipo is a starter pet, so it's just weak in general. It's fine, but it just doesn't do much. I like how it's balanced though. So like 221 across, and again, as long as the other pets can stay alive. So as long as Fipo and Goet can stay alive, and we get a cycle of Machirion attacking, we can usually win a few battles. Like, so this is going better than a lot of my fights were with some of the other pets that I had, mainly because the Fipo and the Goet can stay alive, and my Machirion can just cycle through and do some damage. Are we first yet on class? Oh my gosh, how much more do we need? Okay, at least like 50 or 60 more wins. Lord help me. But sorry, checking my messages. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going for a while. If the Machirion dies, I'm gonna stop playing. If the Goet or one of the other ones dies or whatever like that, I'll just pick a random pet to cycle in. Um, so for example, I do use the Gabips. This is kind of when the Gabip and others come out to play. At the end, when the Machirion is still alive, and we're just kind of, trying to play the game a bit more, get some more wins if we can, get some more experience for. I'm mainly trying to get experience for the Machirion, to be honest. But again, we got a win. We moved a bit higher in the global rank. We got another win for the Clash Ladder. So why not keep playing? Eventually, I might face an opponent that's too strong, and the whole team might get wiped. But for now, we're doing just fine. So the idea here is just, the Gabip is actually quite strong again. Super, its highest stat is defense. So as the Gabip levels up, it'll be pretty useful for stuff like this, where all I really need is the Gabip to stay alive. Like again, same with the FIPO. All I'm really looking for is that they stay alive, let us cycle through the attacks. I mean, that time it got one hit killed, so it's not the strongest, but no big deal. Now I'll just bring out another random pet, like this one, power level 78, level 2. It'll probably die pretty quickly, but the whole idea is that it should die quickly unless we face a really strong team. Then it'll cause us to wipe. But as you can see, it still stayed alive because the Materion is so much stronger than everything else. I think I've been live for like way too long now. 30 minutes. So as you can see, I could pretty much play the game for like, I don't know, quite a long time, even with bad luck. So I call it bad luck just because, okay, so if I decided to start off with Materion and Chadaz, I could play relatively indefinitely. So again, Chadaz is this one here. I don't start that way anymore because I can just play forever. Like they just don't die. I can cycle through my entire team. By the time I go like an hour of playing and I cycle through my whole team, the next pets are back alive and I can just play for a very long time. So that's why I kind of start with my Ammophila and Chadaz so that they can start leveling up together to catch up to my Materion. And then now at this point, the Materion can pretty much hold its own kind of for the most part with two other pets that are weaker. So usually what happens for the most part is what you've been seeing. Like my Materion kills it, cycle through, Materion kills it. Yeah, it's pretty common. And then once in a while, either one or both of the other pets will just die because something's super effective against it. So there you go, Materion killed something, Materion killed something, Materion killed something. Like it's kind of overpowered for sure. But I mean, they gave me a legendary rare pet, power level 90 plus, so I just use it. And that time, I like these pets even though they're pretty weak because they both have so attack type psychic, but I like the Moly because it does have attack type water and it's not a FIPO. And I said, not very many pets have attack type of water from what I've seen, and so I like keeping my Moly around for that. But yeah, so I feel like my weak pets are gonna die now. Oh, I think actually my whole team might wipe. Oh, we got lucky. Yeah. Okay, now we are gonna pick. I think there's no point of leveling up the Spore. So neither of these pets have a point of using. Again, it's kind of like, why not get some experience for the Pod Maul? I use it a little bit. Pretty much the Materion though is doing all the work. And then I will use the Spore here just because the last thing to allow me to fight more. I definitely think the Spore is going to die in this round, and then I'll be done for the day, and there's the stream. So about 35 minutes all in all. I can play straight. I think I lost one match because my team wiped. But even there, when the whole team wipes, Materion can kind of just hold its own. And the whole time, Materion didn't die. It's just sitting there, waiting to be used. So that's kind of what I do. As you can see, 3 hours until my Chadaz is back. Over 3 hours until the Ammophila is back. So I probably won't really play much again for another 3 hours. But like for example, where do I start carrying? Around here. So in about an hour, I could start just playing for fun using my Materion and a few of these weaker ones that'll probably just die again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at the market. I kind of showed it earlier. I do kind of want to buy a bloatin. I might buy a bloatin soon since I have space for one of the pets. Um, because my bloatin is power level 99. Where are you, bloatin? I think you're training actually. Let's Yeah, here. So I mean, I've always kind of I know that I'm going to buy a bloatin eventually just to get the power level 100, make it a tiny bit stronger. I've just been kind of waiting for there to be cheap bloatins around. And, I mean, that's cheap enough. 30 pixel tokens to get one. Just go power level 1 up. Um, there's other pets that I would buy. One of where are you? Too expensive though, because like Mirachin, I want one more of these, but I want a rare one, and there's no rare ones here, sadly. Oh, here. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not paying 381 pixel tokens just to go 1 power level up on my rare Marchin. There's others as well. For example, like I explained earlier, I do like my Moly. I do like the Podmal. I mean, okay, like is a strong word. I don't mind the Moly and the Podmal. Um, I like the Podmal better actually, but it's a bit weaker. Has a bit higher defense and but like if we look at the market, if I wanted to try and get, excuse me, if I wanted to try and get a Moly, that was an epic Moly, way too expensive, and there's a rare. This is not terrible, but again, I'm not paying 285 just to get it like 1 or 2 power levels higher. This one's pretty cool. Power level 91. It would I'd use this one and use my other one to upgrade it, but again, relatively expensive. 910 pixel tokens. If we go to the Potty Molly, we will see probably this, yeah, 7,777. Not happening. 3,000 pixel tokens for this one. Not bad, but again, high attack, high speed. I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd rather go for high attack, high defense. But I'm sure speed could be useful, and the game could change a lot in the future, which could make any of these stats be completely different in what their use cases are. But usually, in general, when I go to the market, let's see if anything's on the Gits. I don't really want a Git. I don't care much for the Gits whatsoever, actually. I have a Gaia that I wouldn't. Yeah, see, what is going on? Maybe someone bought them all to make their Gaia stronger. Oh, Gaia's the evolution of Gabip. What am I talking about? Let's go to Gabip. That's what I meant to say. Not enough cheap ones. I definitely plan on making my Gabip stronger eventually. But realistically, I'd probably just buy, like, I don't know. We'll see. I do plan on getting a stronger Gabip. What else do I have that I wanted to make stronger? So even like right now, for example, I could do one more because these guys are so weak, and play one more match, for example. So like this is what I'll do for the next couple hours. I'll go do something else. I'll come back. I will, potentially. There you go. Now I can't play anymore because I only have 2 alive pets. I thought there was. So yeah, my Gabip. I don't mind training a bit. Ignim, I probably will not train. It's just kind of here. I'm probably going to sell it again, but I ended up merging one that I had, selling with one that I got from an egg. Spores are level 100. Yeah, that's about it. So let's just look at the strongest pets. It's actually pretty cool to see now how 95 is pretty much the starting point for these strongest pets. They start at 250, which in my opinion is a reasonable price for a level 95 common. I mean, I paid 250 for a power level 100 common. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Like the Minita, not bad. I wouldn't like. Again, its weakest stats are the ones that I think are the most important. So I don't really like. I have minutes at power level 95. I don't think it's very valuable. One of my favorites though is Choi Dao. I would 100% like if I was new to this game and I didn't have any pets and I wanted to spend like 1,000 pixel tokens on some pets. Choi Dao for sure. Ignim not bad. Gabip not bad. Spore not terrible. Tefra, but its power level is kind of low. Marchin, its power level is kind of low. Then we're getting to kind of expensive pets, to be fair. Escheon, Escheon, not bad. Really high defense, which I think could be useful, especially power level 100. I wouldn't pay 500 pixel tokens for it because its magic is too high in my opinion. Like if the magic was its damage instead, that would be pretty cool. The Tide, not again like high speed, everything else low, it's fine. Low power level. Tizzies, I don't mind, but again, high defense, not bad, but too high of magic. Definitely the Moly, power level 100, I would definitely grab one of these. Choi Dao, power level 100, 100%, yes. I mean, the Moly, Choi Dao, definitely I'd skip over the Git. Choi Dao again. Padaru, not bad. Attack type Ghost, I think it's pretty cool because it's strong against Pet, Onyx, and Psychic, and it's only weak against Ghost. And as I said, there's not many body types of Ghost, so actually the power do I think would be reasonable. Really low defense though, so I don't think it would stay alive very long, and it probably wouldn't be worth it long term. The birds all seem to have pretty low defense. But like in general, if like you happen to hatch this from an egg and it was pretty strong, I'd probably keep it instead of selling it. But again, as I said, defense is probably the best stat right now, and it has really low defense. So Choi Dao, still one of my favorites. Tachi, it's whatever. High damage and high defense, good, but I meant like whatever because of the power level. I personally wouldn't purchase any pet with a power level lower than 85. It just probably won't be very strong as you level it up. Another Choi Dao, power level 100, amazing. I guess someone probably like merged them all maybe to get them there, but they're very strong and probably one of the strongest pets in the game in my opinion. They don't die very easily. They have really high attack damage, okay speed, and then magic's its lowest stat, so probably by far in my opinion one of the best. Hypolis, amazing, but defense is just not the best. It exchanges speed for magic, but still pretty good. For 500 pix tokens, I'd probably grab one, to be honest, if I didn't have one already. I have one that's epic, power level 86, so, but I think Hypolis would be great on a team. Bloatin, 100%, I think they're great. Let's see, I don't have a Gravless. I would definitely get one. Again, they're kind of like the Choi Daos, high defense, high attack, and instead of getting magic damage, they go for speed. I think Choi Dao is the same. Yeah, instead of magic damage, they go for speed. Then you get into like normal pets, like pretty expensive. Like Marchin is great. Hypolis, power level 80s. I probably just wouldn't grab them. I'd rather go for a common power level 100 than a rare power level 80. Spore, again, too expensive, obviously. Even here, Choi Dao, power level 86, level 18. It could probably comparable to, so let's see, power level 100, levels lower, defensive 200, and defensive 208, power level 18. So, I mean, pretty close, and I'm sure if the Choi Dao leveled up, it would definitely be stronger than this one here. But yeah, hopefully you can kind of look through and see what you think is good, valuable for your funds. Looks like for about 1,500 pixel tokens, though, you can get a pretty epic, pretty strong team. Last Pit, still one of my favorites, but look, you're paying a lot more for a Last Pit, 1,000 pixel tokens each. Straya, even though it's rare, I would not buy. I paid 900 or 700 pixel tokens for a Straya power level like 90 or something like that, I would not buy one. Mainly because of the low defense power and higher magic, which isn't that useful. Attack and speed. Yeah, this one has too high of a thing. Okay, leveled up. And then you're getting to like random stuff that's been evolved super high level, so it's getting more expensive. You can just pay for a stronger pet. Um, and then we kind of talked before about like if you have a lot of money, you could obviously buy some super strong pets. Buapi, training level 10, power level 89, level 33. I wouldn't pay that much for it. Looks kind of cool though. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now. I streamed for way too long today. We're gonna play one more match though, just for fun, because I want to level up my gobbler. Actually, maybe two more matches just for fun, because if we get two pets that survive, to be fair. Nope, we only get one pet that survived. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for everyone who may have watched the stream. Much appreciated. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Deuces.